each casino has its own set of rules for the specifics on how to handle me if I return. For example, there's 2 towers that are owned by the same company. I can't touch money, cards, or chips. And I've tried it, and as soon as I do, they remove me. A handful of companies that will arrest me if I'm even too close to the grass on the sidewalk.
Out of those casinos that you're now banned from, what do you think you made lifetime?
There's an agency, and they calculated it at $32 million.
Hey everyone, today we've got the one and only Mikki Mase returning to the show. In case you missed his last appearance on the Connect, Mikki is a professional gambler who won so much money from Las Vegas casinos that he's now banned from basically all of them. But now he's moved on, taking $60 million in winnings and dumping them into online gambling. In this episode, he exposes the world of online gambling and the explosion of online casinos, which according to him, are just as shady as Vegas brick-and-mortar casinos. Plus, he reveals his strategy to maintaining an unprecedented 85% win streak and how he's using this strategy to launch a new business. And of course, for bonus content, a hilarious episode, go over to patreon.com/theconnectshow. Without further ado, a great friend of the podcast, Mikki Mase, right here on The Connect with Johnny Mitchell.
I hate online casinos more than I hate brick and mortar casinos. I don't think people should gamble at all. I know the casinos cheat. They know that I know they cheat. And most people are aware of this. What they're hoping for is they hit the jackpots. But they don't know that even the jackpots can be rigged.
That's when I see lights behind me start to flash. And I didn't even think, I just hit it. I was driving like my life depended on it. And then I parked the car, hopped out, closed the door, and I started running.
And he pulls out a burner, a shank, it's like 6 inches. And then he passes it to me. And he goes, here, that's yours. Don't ever leave the cell block without this. He was the reason I made it out of that place alive.
It was dark, Mikki. It was, you hadn't found yourself yet.
You want to know something funny? So I know Adam way before social media through BMX. We have a mutual friend named Catfish who goes, we're all friends, right? And goes, you got to go on Adam's show. You know, it'll be awesome. Because he was convinced that when I start social media, I'll be the next big thing, this Catfish. So I'm thinking, Adam's a friend. I'll do him the favor. I'll go on his show, whatever that means, right?
His alleged podcast. That's how we talk about him. Anyways.
They didn't even say the word podcast to me. They just like go on his show. Mind you, even if you said the word podcast at this stage in my life, it's like Chinese. I don't know what that is. Right. I didn't understand I never watched it. I wasn't on the internet. So I was like, I text Adam. I'm like, yo, bro, you want me on your show? And he's like, all right, come on. I swear to God, I had no idea what I was in for. I had no idea anything. And I also told him, I called him out for this. I got to interview him like 2 months ago and on a different show. And I called him out. I go, listen, bro, we had a deal. When I came on No Jumper the first time, I was like, you know me really well. You know every aspect of my life by itself is hard to digest. There's a lot going on. Pick one thing and one thing only. And that's all we're going to talk about. He goes, all right, we're only going to talk about your Las Vegas gambling. I go, all right, cool. The guy talks about everything. Yeah. Talked about every single corner of my life. And you know what the thing is? Because it was my first ever interview, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what was happening. Yeah. I had no wherewithal about me to like wind it back down and tell him like, yo, like stick to the script,
keep it on the spine of the keep it going down the highway. Yeah, don't take big detours. Yeah, you guys were talking about your sex addiction.
Who's using the word addiction?
Right. Well, I mean, everybody is in LA now. That's like the trendy thing. Yeah. If you're not a sex addict, are you even? Now, what's going on with Adam? Is he? Do you think all of the has taken its toll on his mind a little bit and affected his brand? Because his brand is like ghetto black and brown people who usually don't respect when a man publicly lets another big black guy his wife.
I don't even think it's the race thing. I think, he spoke mostly to like, I would say an urban demographic of all races, right? But his brand took a big change. So there's obviously controversy that was never confirmed as valid or not, right? But there's controversy that was bringing down the virtual stock of his brand.
What was the controversy?
You know, like a lot of his staff had quit. They said that he was of all different varieties, a culture vulture, and there was allegations of his accusations involving his sex life from quite some time ago, things like this. Yeah. But none of it was proven fact or fiction. So I can't speak on anything like it's true because I wasn't there and there was never any validity to it. But there were strong accusations.
Well, the Land of the Plug stuff was verifiable.
What is that?
That was his wife, Lana, who's a star.
Yeah.
That
that
black
part,
guy.
Yes.
I off to that. That's super real.
You watched it?
Yeah,
was
absolutely.
It good?
It's not that good. It's not that good. I've been watching a long time, and now I don't even really. I had to let it go, But I just went and watched it just for the novelty of it.
Yeah.
So I know what good is, right? Like I know what faking it versus like, oh, this girl's really going there. Yeah. And that it was a little put on.
Yeah.
We'll say it was a little put on.
Was it like hardcore, softcore? I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it wasn't even. It was just two people in a hotel room. So I said, okay, well, this is not even, they're not even going for the funny of it. It was like, you know why it was so embarrassing to be Adam? If I were Adam, it's because they were like giggling and flirting as they were doing it. They were like two lovers meeting secretly in for a lunchtime. It was quite scandalous.
I will say this. I think that him and Lena doing that stunt or whatever, right? Was a Hail Mary PR move, and it worked. Not only did all his this is how his controversy ended. So many people were talking more about Lena and whatever his name. I think Jason Love.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Jason Love. More about them hooking up, like having sex on camera, than they were talking about the controversy. So not only did it save him from a PR standpoint, but it was very profitable, and still to this day is. But what happened? I mean, I saw it happen, and I still talk to Adam, regularly or whatever. His brand identity changed. His willingness, I don't want to use the word morals because that implies that there's like some negative connotation, but what his threshold for views adjusted. He no longer was simply like, I'm in the hip hop space and that's what we report news on and upcoming artists and blah, 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 blah. It was like, oh, I'm just going to join the clickbait view getting TikTok style content. And that's where he is now. Yeah. So it just totally changed.
That's tough. And that's a volatile space to be in. And also, when you're a white guy that exclusively plays to that demographic, you're setting yourself up for the haters and for getting people to turn on you quick because you are seen as like a grifter or a culture vulture, right? And so when you're anything that you're not supposed to be, according to them, when you just kind of he's kind of let his hair down. He's kind of being himself now.
Yeah,
he's being a dork again.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually kind of like Adam more now. He's not the cool guy. Yeah. We're figuring him out.
He's
now.
like, this content seems fun. I want to have fun. Let's do the content.
Precisely.
Not, I'm in the hip hop space. This is all I report on.
Right. I'm not just a. Turns out.
Listen to this, bro. Listen to this. All right. Do you remember when they were doing PR for when Tesla was doing PR for the Cybertruck?
I do.
Okay. Do you remember when Elon was claiming all the glass is unbreakable, goes on stage, throws a rock, breaks the glass?
Right.
Imagine this, because this might be true. He planted breakable glass on that door of that truck because when you break the glass, so many more people are talking about.
We're all talking about it.
We're all talking about it. Way more people are talking about how it broke than it didn't break.
Because who cares about unbreakable glass?
Yeah, plus it's an easy fix. He goes, turns out that glass was breakable. Yeah. Let's change the glass.
Right.
Such an easy fix. Yeah.
And Elon, we know now, is that kind of guy. He knows about the internet. He knows how to make things viral.
Yeah. So I could easily say that to what you had said about welcoming all the haters into Adam's new brand or whatever, he at the same token, like as much as maybe, let's say you're hating on that he let Lena Jason Love for novelty, you still bought the video.
No, I watched it for free.
You pirated the.
Of course I did. Of course I did. It's on one of the sites. Sorry, dude. Yeah. We all bit off for free. Why? Because it's not 1997. Louis C.K. used to talk about that. It was so funny. He would say, like, he was talking about back in the day when you had to go down to the shops of Times Square. He goes, buying was an errand. Like you went to the grocery store, you went to the dentist, and then you went and bought some.
Yo, you remember like a blue waffle tub girl?
Yeah, of course.
All those.
Early internet.
Early internet.
Yeah.
So that was for me when I was a kid.
Rotten.com.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean that was for
Like
you?
that was when I was a kid. Like that's like that era of the internet is when I was watching porn, you know?
Yeah.
So I wasn't quite, you know, like however old I was, I don't know, 10 years old, whatever, walking down to the local bodega to buy like nudie mags, right? The internet was just like becoming a thing. Every household had one computer. It was in the computer room or the living room. There's a computer station and the whole family shared
It's
it.
where your dad did taxes. That's where you also
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I remember my best friend at the time, Josh Swanson, his computer setup was in the basement. So his dad would come down there during the day to do work. And then at night, all the kids, we'd be down there, you know, like goofing off, whatever. So we wanted to look at crazy things on the internet. We were already in the basement. So he had an older sister. She was like a cool girl, like, you know, smoking weed and stuff like that. She was older than us. So we got put on pretty early.
Yeah.
So she'd be like, yo, check out this website, you know, or check this out, you know. And so we'd start seeing, you know, like all that type of stuff. But that was the era of internet that I started watching. But you know what's crazy, bro? If you go on Google right now on your phone and you type blue waffle, you will not see a picture of a.
That's because they scrubbed it.
Yeah.
That's because they.
It's not even. It's like a censorship thing. Anything you want to see that when we were younger we used to look at.
Oh,
you can't find. Bro.
Yeah, no. The internet was way freer before there was money in it. YouTube was way more fun. You could see, you know, the contractors in Iraq that would get kidnapped and beheaded. Yeah. You could see, all types of on YouTube, sex videos. That's where I first watched the leaked Ray J, Kim Kardashian sex video. It was on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like imagine that now.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
You'd watch like gunfights.
Yeah.
Like you could watch, you know, I remember when ISIS was taking over, you could watch like literal shootouts, you know, but I'm glad it's like this now because I am a YouTuber.
Not.
So it's like, you know.
I'm not. Even if you took it off YouTube, fine, but keep it on Google. If I want to look up blue waffle to make up an STD to scare my friends with, I want to look at a picture of a girl with a blue. I want to see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't find it anymore. Now it's literally photos of blue food colored Belgian waffles.
Actual blue Belgian waffles, which are delicious. I love going to brunch and seeing like those food coloring in my Belgian waffles.
Yeah, but I have no desire to Google images Belgian waffles.
No, you're right. Yeah. Speaking of blue, you got a bunch of blue tattoos on your face. I may be going down to El Salvador. You kind of look like MS-13 right now.
I know. I have a lot of 13s tattooed on me.
Do you really?
Yeah. I got on my neck, on both sides of my neck, on my wrists. Yeah.
Why? Are you gang tied? Are you tied with them?
I am a different person today than you've met ever. I'm good. I am good guy.
Please tell us.
Well, you know, I mean, I told you in my first interview, you know, I lived a checkered life and like, then you live that kind of lifestyle and you're incarcerated a bunch and you're living in like, you know, like the hood. I mean, it becomes, and I'm not saying that I'm MS-13 or ever was, by the way, just it's like for super clarity, like that's not what I'm claiming by any means, but I don't want to say fall victim to that, but like you're left with almost like no choice. It's actually the cool thing to do. It's like if you're not affiliated and you're in that, excuse me, if you're not affiliated and you're in that lifestyle, you're like the dork. Right. You're the mark. Like,
so did you know MS-13?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I still do.
So let's go through your history real quick. Let's go for anybody that missed your last episode on here. Let's just run through your biography really quick.
Was my first episode your best performing one?
It's up there. Yeah. And this part's that's gonna come out of this episode. We're not gonna let you think that you're better than almost every episode I've done.
Yeah, but I am. Huh?
You are. That's because you're enigmatic. You told a great story, and it was something different than we've had. So you're from a family of, we'll say, there's some organized crime history in your family.
Sure.
From New Jersey.
Sure.
But this kind of brilliant kid, this really smart, sharp guy, but got into drugs early, ended up homeless in Manhattan, Washington Heights, New York.
That's right.
In and out of jails and prisons, doing like short hops, 6 months, 2-year bids. Yep. And this is when you're young. You're like a teenager, 17 through, I don't know, 20s, early 20s, right? Sure. Yep. You end up in Florida where you go to get clean.
Sure.
You have nothing. You have nothing. You're just happy to be sober.
Correct.
But you get into business. You've got a good business acumen. You start running rehab clinics and you even get equity and you own a bunch of them at a certain time. And this just keeps growing and growing. And now you've got enough money where you can, be free. You start flying out to Vegas.
Yeah.
And you realize, oh, this is the hustle. This is like my real gift. Mm-hmm. You start gambling. Boom. That leads to celebrities. That leads to now Mikki's on Instagram. And, the rest is history.
Did you rewatch the first episode to capture that?
No.
It's like so close to being spot on that it's almost like.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't watch the episode at all. I just watched the clips of it.
Oh,
but I just remembered it. I listened.
You interview so many people though. And that's so like, it's so close enough to being accurate that I would never even like argue those points. And usually even some people who like claim to be avid viewers of my content don't get it as close.
Nice, man. Well, you're a friend too, Yeah. So, but then now you're finally out here in LA and the bags under your eyes have lifted. You seem happier. You no longer really, you gamble, and that's what we're here to talk about, the new shit. But you're basically persona non grata in 90% of the casinos in Vegas.
Correct.
And is that standing still current? Are you still basically you get arrested or kicked out if you even drive into the parking lot?
Yeah, so each casino has its own set of rules for the specifics on how to handle me if I return. For example, there's 2 towers that are owned by the same company. They're very happy when I arrive and that I'm there, but I can't touch money, cards, or chips. And I've tried it, and as soon as I do, they remove me.
Why are they happy then that you're there?
I'm making this up, but it's probably true. It's free marketing for them. People will tweet that I'm there. Yeah. I go there with all these all the superstars around the world, and whatever it may be, that to them, having me physically there is almost like a cosign.
Yeah.
And most people that see me walk through don't know that I'm not allowed to play there. So to them, they're probably thinking, if Mikki's here, this is a beatable casino. Right. So that's like that company. I have a handful of companies that will arrest me if I'm even too close to the grass.
They don't
on the
want
sidewalk.
your marketing.
Yeah.
Just take your money, just shove it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I have some that won't arrest me, but they will remove me. And then I have some that I haven't even tried because there hasn't been a reason. There's been like some casinos that told me to leave, both in and out of the state of Nevada, that like I don't have a need or desire. Like nobody goes there. Like nobody cares. So like since they told me to leave, I haven't had a reason to even try to go back. Yeah. So I don't know what would happen.
And plus, you're kind of out of the game. Essentially, you're out of the physical baccarat poker business, anyways. Am I wrong?
For the most, okay. So it would be more accurate to say that I do not have a need anymore to physically go on site.
Yeah. That's like the old ways.
Yeah.
Everything's digital, baby. What are you doing?
Yeah. So
like you got the bag from that.
Yeah.
What do you think you made lifetime out of those casinos that you're now banned from?
So there's an agency and they calculated it at $32 million.
Wow. And we're talking what, 3 years maybe?
3 years, yeah.
No wonder they don't want you.
Yeah. Not bad for a kid who didn't graduate.
Holy, with MS-13 tattoos. What are you doing? You can't go to El Salvador. I was going to invite you. We're going to go down to El Salvador pretty soon to film. I was going to invite you, but they're just going to throw you into prison and shave your head and never let you out. You see what they're doing down there? They make everybody wear boxer shorts and they sleep on the ground.
What, in the prison?
Yeah, that's what they did with all the MS-13. They rounded them up and like don't even give them trials. So anyways.
I'm not MS-13 for the record, but.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
Also, I can't get a passport right now regardless.
Why's that?
You know, a long time ago, I lived a checkered life and there's some hangover from that, but all is well.
Guys, many of you, just like me, are trying to be healthier. And that means you're trying out a bunch of different supplements. You're trying out the capsules. You're trying out the powder that you see on TV or on commercials, on podcasts, right? None of it really works. That's what I've noticed. I've been taking supplements for years without any kind of real quantifiable difference until I found Field of Greens. This is a new sponsor for the show. They sent me some of their product last month, and I've already seen an improvement in my health. Field of Greens is a nutritional supplement unlike any others on the market. Check this out. So most of the powders that you buy on the market for your health that support brain function, metabolism, your heart, etc., most of those are extracts. Those aren't real fruits and vegetables. Those are harvested from South America or Asia. They're then ground down into powder and shipped to the US. By the time they actually get to you, they have almost no nutritional value. See, this is how Field of Greens is different and better. These are whole fruits and vegetables. Each fruit and vegetable was selected by doctors to support vital body functions like heart, liver, kidneys, metabolism, and immune system function. This is one of the most unbelievable offers that I've ever heard from a brand or a company. They're offering what's called a better health promise. So if you order their product, use it for a month, and then go see your doctor, if you do not have improved health quantifiably, certifiably from a doctor, they will give you your money back. What? This is how sure they are and how sure I am that this is a life-changing product. As I said, I've been using it for about a month and I've already noticed the difference. I've seen a huge improvement in my energy levels, which is like the most important thing to me. I've seen my hair start to grow faster. My eyes are less red. It's like I feel an entire body system, immune system improvement from using Field of Greens. And it's delicious, unlike almost every other nutritional powder that I've tried, which is like inedible. They've got wild berry flavor, strawberry lemonade, my personal favorite, lemon lime, and then of course the veggie flavor. Just put a scoop in a little bit of water every morning and you're good to go. Let's get you started with 15% off and free shipping. Visit fieldofgreens.com and use promo code CONNECT. That's CONNECT. Again, that's promo code CONNECT at fieldofgreens.com. You guys, take control of your health. I rarely recommend health products in this show because, again, most of them have not worked for me, and Field of Greens literally has changed my life for the better, and it can change yours too. Thank you so much. Go check out that promo code. Let's get back into the episode. So, do you want to talk about the checkered life or what you're doing now?
I'd rather talk about what I'm doing now. I'll talk about whatever. I don't really care. I just came to see you. I'm hanging out.
Cool,
you know?
cool, sick.
Hey, cool. A quick question.
Yeah.
You know the new McLaren I got?
Yeah.
I drove it here. It's cool. I parked it across the street. Good.
Did you get the wrap?
So,
oh my God.
It's supposed to be right this week getting wrapped because I'm supposed to be in Vegas because we were going to meet there.
Yeah.
And while we were there, it was going to get wrapped. But I had to go to San Fran and handle that.
Yeah.
So I never took the car to Vegas.
Okay. Dude.
Soon, though. How sick is that?
Oh, yeah. We're just going to tease it. You'll follow Mikki on Instagram. I'm sure he'll be posting. He'll be hard posting for this when this goes down.
This is going to go dummy viral. But it's not even, I'm not even doing it to go viral. I'm just doing it because it's sick.
Yeah.
But it will go dumb viral, yeah.
So, dude, you made $32 million. So you're like you're an NBA guy that he got paid. He got a 5-year contract, but you don't have to play basketball. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
So I've been to your house in the hills. You're living like a guy who just sold a company in Silicon Valley. You're living like one of those assholes. You know what I mean? like one of the white people. They see you move in and they go like, "Oh Jesus, this is our neighbor."
Mm-hmm. You know what my closest neighbor is? The owner of Spotify.
Oh yeah.
And like a few houses up is Jeff Bezos' house.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can show it to you.
Yeah, no, we should give out his address. We should dox Jeff Bezos. How much to make us go away? I'm cool with 10 million. You got that right there on the kitchen table. So you're not physically. Now, first of all, what do you do with that kind of money? Just for people that are fascinated by that level of wealth that quickly. How much did you pay in tax? What is the best way to defer taxes? How do you reinvest that?
How do you evade taxes?
Yeah, I'm basically just asking for me, but you know.
All right, so here's Tax Evasion 101. No, I'm just kidding.
Patreon. That's what you tell us.
Yeah. So when Uncle Sam comes, I made the money back off Patreon to pay the fines. Yeah. No, I actually overpay in taxes, but I do it intentionally. So every business owner at the same around April comes into the exact same dilemma. Do I want the most amount of money now, or do I want the highest net worth so I have more borrowing and lending power down the line? So that's how you. This is not a correct way to say, like, you have to pay your fair share in tax, right? And I do. But I choose to overpay for a few reasons. One, so there'll never be a discrepancy, especially because I was dealing with such large quantities of cash that there easily could be an argument, right? And to just avoid that, Uncle Sam is not looking to see if you committed a crime. Just like Al Capone, what they're looking to see is, are you paying taxes on all money, legal and illegal gotten gain, right? So I am not concerned. All my money's legit, and it's actually a super easy paper trail. You look at the casino, you look at the poker rooms, you go, what's your win-loss? Did you pay tax on it?
Right.
But I choose to overpay for a few reasons. One, there's never discrepancy. And two, because I'm going to owe more money next year anyway, so I can just deduct it from what I've overpaid. So I don't have to worry about writing another large check. I'm like, hey, take the 2 years or last 3 years of overage and apply it towards the fourth year, and I'll just pay you the balance.
Right. So you got less the next year.
Yeah, so the check you're writing is less the next year because you wrote a bigger check the previous 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then also for all those years, you're also capable of borrowing larger. So if I want to go buy a company, or if I want to go buy more real estate or something like that, the lending process becomes much easier.
And this is the key right here. Rich people absolutely do not use their own money. Maybe you get your own money at first, but then that just acts as collateral to borrow to then make the next move.
Yeah. So what I actually did with all that money is I needed to get it out of my hands as fast as possible, because I'll flip a coin for all the money in the world if somebody wants to match me, you know?
I believe it. I believe it.
So I started an investment fund that I do not have the ability to just take in and out. Like it's just not how it's set up, right? It is almost exclusively real estate, which is the most opposite of me, right?
Yeah, safe, steady,
slow, boring, steady, guaranteed, no risk or minimal risk, stuff like this. So that's basically where I parked all my monies in real estate. And I have phenomenal relationships with banks. So I use regional banks. I don't know if you're familiar with.
Well, I know the regional banks are going to be going under at a rapid clip.
Here we go.
No, that's a fact though. It's already happening.
Do the people know your conspiracies that you told me at lunch?
These aren't, I don't think I was telling you conspiracies. I think I was, prophesizing about what's going to happen.
Manifesting?
Yeah, a little bit. So you use regional banks to get loans to buy
so
whatever.
This is what it is, right? So I remember I opened up a U.S. bank account. U.S. Bank? Is it called U.S. Bank? What's that bank called?
U.S. Bank sounds right.
Yeah. So I go to U.S. Bank and I wrote them a $10 million check. It was actually a bank order from like BOA or something. I was banking at Bank of America. I wanted to open an account at U.S. Bank. I have BOA print me a $10 million check. I go over to U.S. Bank. I say, I'm going to open up my first account. This is my starting deposit. When you do that, obviously, they're like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know? So they give me this guy, private banker. They go, I'm going to open your bank account personally. I'm going to handle it. Here's my cell. Text me 24 hours a day, whatever. So this way, if it's the middle of the night and I go, yo, send a wire, I just literally text him and I don't have to worry about it. He'll send the wire, whatever it is, right? I take care of all my needs. So he puts me in what's called, every bank has its own name. This one is called,
like private clients.
It's like private client, but there's a different name at US Bank. It's called,
How often does somebody with a $10 million check walk up to the teller and
probably
say, hello?
Not, yeah. Probably not often.
Yeah.
But what is kind of relative again, but what is kind of common is that there are people that have $10 million in action, right? So what happened in that instance, this happened a lot of times, but here's one example, is when I do it at US Bank, so the guy, I forget his name, whatever, he goes, here's my cell, I'll take care of all your needs, and he put me in the highest tier, and like, it was fine. I didn't get no special treatment. There's guys that have 100 million. There's guys that have $1 billion, $5 billion with US Bank. Who am I? It starts with 10 million. They go, yeah, you're cool for our top tier, but like, that's it. So I go, all right. So I start talking to a regional bank, which is like a couple of branches. The executives know what's happening in day-to-day activity, whatever.
Yeah.
So I walk into one of them with a $10 million check. And they go, can you hold on for a second? I go, sure. And the president comes down. He goes, hi, I'm the president of the bank. What can I do for you? Here's my cell phone number. And I go, oh, my man.
And that's the advantage.
Yeah.
That totally is the advantage to using a regional bank. Now, as I say, they are so underwater because the interest rates were zero for so long. And it's whatever. It's not an economics class, but they need your money. They really need deposits.
Well, you know what I do every time I feel like the banking system's getting shaky? Because what is it? The
FDIC?
Yeah, the FDIC insures $250,000 per account.
Yeah.
So let's say for every million I have, I just open up 3 more accounts.
Right.
So you can have 100 accounts in one bank and just cap each one at 250. 100% of your money's insured.
Boom. So you don't have to worry about hackers, whatever.
Let the bank go down. They'll write me a check.
Right. So, and then so you basically just bought a bunch of real estate and put a bunch into the bank, and that's it.
But all the money's working on real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
What kind of real estate you buy?
I'm not the hands-on guy. Thank God for that. It's mostly multi-family residential. It's like apartment buildings.
Okay.
It's mostly apartment buildings.
Yeah.
There is some commercial. I'm trying to, if you're about to ask me what, I'm trying to think. I think it's mostly commercial-wise. We mostly did warehouses so far.
Okay.
I want to say office buildings, but I could be lying. I'm really not hands-on.
Okay. So you just gave it to a fund.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was a fund of hand-selected people.
Yeah.
I said, this is my situation. And they're like, yeah, we're in. So we actually, we all put the money in.
Here's my situation. Oh, I got $32 million.
Yeah, but we all put the money in. But I'm not a real estate guy. I have no history in real estate. I'm not an expert. Sometimes they'll call me and they'll be like, this is what we're thinking. I'll be like, great, you'll figure it out. Why are you going to ask me my real estate advice? I don't know real estate. Yeah. That's like me asking you how to play poker. Like, you're going to be like, Mikki, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like me asking you how to podcast.
Yeah. You asked me how to podcast. Like, no, seriously, you know what I mean?
Hey, everyone. Just a quick reminder that I am coming on the road this summer doing stand-up comedy. June 20th, I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona at the Tempe Improv. I'll be headlining there, one night only. Then on July 19th and 20th, I will be back in Chicago, Illinois at the Comedy Bar. I'm doing 4 shows, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. These are some of my favorite cities to do comedy in. So if you're a fan of the show, get tickets, come out and see me. You can go to linktree.com/Johnny Mitchell to get tickets. The link will also be in the bio of my Instagram. Again, that's linktree.com/Johnny Mitchell. All right, I will see you out on the road, America. Let's get back to the episode. So you got your hustle, so your money is safe.
Yeah.
But,
safe for me, which is the most dangerous of all.
But that's smart of you to be like, look, I know myself. I know that, I will bet a Malaysian banker on a coin flip for everything that I have. Let me go protect myself for myself.
Exactly.
But the most interesting thing you have is what we're going to talk about today, which is the online gambling. Yes, sir. Because you're right. We're done with casinos, bro. We're done with brick and mortar. What are you doing?
Yeah. This is an interesting topic. This is an interesting turn of events in my life.
Of course. This is Mikki in the 3rd iteration.
Yeah. So
tell us what's going on with that, Bubbas.
So I hate online casinos more than I hate brick and mortar casinos. Every online casino in the world, the owners have reached out to me. You name an online casino, almost guaranteed I've spoken to the owner. Like, he straight up hit me up like, let's make a deal, right? Like, you got I don't want to drop names, but anyway, so you got like these big influencers.
But where are some, how many of these online casinos are there? Because we know sports betting and online gambling is exploding all over the world.
Yeah.
What's like the market cap for it? How many real casinos online are out there?
There's a lot. Because you know what I found through this journey that I never cared enough to learn about was how do you say, micro communities, right? So like in Turkey, for example, online gambling is an entire nationwide lifestyle, but it's also illegal in Turkey. So they have like this whole community of Turkish people that facilitate online gambling from a nearby country.
Wow.
Right. So this is something I didn't know because who cares? Like, I don't care. I hate online casinos. Right. Why would I even know?
Right.
So through this journey of all these online casinos saying, yo, we'll give you this money. We'll give you this money. And the money was NBA money. It was crazy money.
What are we talking? Like tens?
More than tens. The highest I ever was offered was $4 million a month.
For how many months? Just in perpetuity.
Indefinitely. We didn't even get that far in the details. Right. It was like, we're going to give you $4 million a month. This is what we want you to do every month. Right. And I go, I can do half of those things. I will never do those other half, but here's some things that I will be doing.
I will never let Jason love my wife. I don't care how many millions you give me.
Yeah, so they were like, we want you to promote and tell people this. And I go, I'm not going to tell people that, I'd be like, that's a lie. I'm not going to say that one. They're like, okay, you don't say that, but say this one. And I go, well, that's also like not a lie, but it's going to hurt the followers. So for me, I don't think people should gamble at all. Yeah. Right. It will always hurt people before it helps it'll almost never help. Right. So they're like, hey, you can't say that it'll hurt people. You can only say, hey, you should come gamble on this site. right?
Right.
I go, I don't want to do that. And they go, well, you have to if you want the 4 million a month. And I go, how about this? How about the reason you contacted me is because you think I'm the most influential gambler in the world, right? I've gotten to this place by doing me, by being me and being true and however I want to portray that, like however I want to tell my thoughts to the world is working, which is how you found me and you contacted me. Let me keep on keeping on. They go, well, you can't say this, this, and this. And I go, but those are my biggest things. The thing is, I know the casinos cheat. They know that I know they cheat. So when I want to expose them for cheating, I'm like, you guys don't have to cheat. You will still be printing money. You still have a house edge. People are always going to come back for more. They're going to keep coming back to their broke. You don't have to take these like unspoken edges. You don't have to. And I want to, if I find it, I want to look at your software. I want to look at your back end. I want to look at your RTP. RTP stands for return to player. So on slot machines is the easiest way to understand this. They can set their slot machines, and real casinos in Vegas do this too, to a range on how much money they want to return to the player. So usually the range usually is like 92 to 98% RTP. So for every $100 you put in, you're destined to lose between $2 and $8, depending on how the casino set up that particular slot, right? And most people are aware of this. What they're hoping for is they hit the jackpots, but they don't know that even the jackpots can be rigged, right? So I said to these online casinos, I go, listen, I'll take your $4 million a month. Oh, and a lot of them offered me between 1 and 4, but the highest I got was 4, right? I'll take your X amount of millions a month. And I'll do all the stuff, that we, like half the stuff that you want me to do that we'll agree to. I'll do all that stuff. But you can't tell me that I can't tell the people that this particular jackpot is unbeatable. They will never hit the jackpot. You have it set. I know it. I want to look at the software and I want to show to the people factually that they'll never hit that jackpot. They go, you can't slander and you can't libel. And I go, you're lying, everybody.
Yeah, you're not. Yo, slander or libel, you're lying. It's how you make a living is by literally cheating.
Yeah, that's what I think. You're defrauding everyone.
Well, you just said setting the machines in Vegas. Forget online for a second.
Yeah.
They can literally decide how much money to give you back.
Well, they do. Yeah,
that's how much these machines are not luck.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
And you know what's so crazy is like gambling addiction is so fun and real and widespread. We all know the house programs it. So the machines and the jackpots are fake and they're all going to be down at the end, but it's like a psychosis that it's like we fraud ourselves too.
Yeah.
That's another way to think about it. That's 100%. Almost like a counter argument to what you're saying. That like, I don't want to lie to the people. Well, we all kind of delude ourselves in a way.
Yeah, but we do it because they created an environment to allow the psychosis, if that's what we're going to call it.
They do. And they've unleashed gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Since they've made it legal in all these places. I've seen it to my own friends.
It's encouraged. I mean, it's perpetuated. They're breeding it. They want it. And it's encouraged. We have commercials for gambling. We have the shiny lights, the pamphlets, the email, all this. They don't have that for drugs.
No. Or cigarettes.
They stopped doing it with cigarettes.
Yeah. So, okay. How do you know? Or do you have the sophistication to be able to look into their software and be like, oh, no, this is.
That's easy. That's not even the hard part.
How do you do that?
Well, first of all, I am fairly aware of what's happening, right? So I can see it from the interface, right? I go, oh, this is an anomaly. That's probably not kosher. And then I have a team of like, these guys way smarter than me. First of all, I'm an idiot. Let's just get that out of the way.
You got the team though. You got the team of dorks.
Yeah. I'm a real idiot, but the people around me are so smart.
Right.
And I'll be like, hey, this is what I recognize. They go, it's most likely based on our history, one of the following answers. If they were to give us access to the back end, it would take us 2 seconds. We figured out which slot it is. And if it doesn't meet any of those slots, then it was just a mathematical anomaly. And like, you got a bad run. Right. I go, all right, cool. Like we can do that. So I go, hey, online casino, me and my guys want to come in. Can we check the software? We're looking for 1 of 3 answers. They go, no, I can't let you do that. And I go, what do you mean? Because if it's none of those 3, then it was an honest game and I just had a bad run of cards. I go, what are you worried about? They go, we can't say what we're worried about, but you can't come in. I go, what do you mean? They go, yeah, I can't do that. I go, all right, guys, I got to tell the people, right? And they go, well, we also can't pay you $4 million anymore. Wow. And I go, okay, next.
Yeah.
The next guy come in, offer me whatever, and so on and so forth. So
you turn them all down so far.
Yeah. Well, I was willing to do it, but they had to allow me to share the truths.
Now, why don't they ban you? Like, are they scared that you're going to take their money and figure them out the way that Vegas brick and mortars did?
They don't have to ban me. Well, all they have to do is not allow me to make an account. That's the first. It's like not allow me. There's a few that I have made accounts on to play around. Plus, I can use other people's accounts. Like, it's really hard to track that stuff. But what they do, they have all this tracking software to gauge the betting style, right? So first of all, the first thing they do is they keep you really low limits in the beginning. So if you're a sharp player or an AP advantage player or whatever it is, like a winning gambler, they figure it out by allowing you some exposure. They'll be like, everyone who starts can only bet maximum like $200 a hand. You know how hard it is to like win a lot of money, $200 a hand? It's like impossible. But their software will pick it up right away. They go, this guy is winning. Do not extend his limits. Matter of fact, close his account. So they go, okay, we'll close his account and then he'll open one under Johnny Mitchell's name. And then they'll see the same thing. And they don't even have to know that we're related. As an independent account, they just go, this is a winning account. Close it down. Close it down.
Right. So what's the workaround?
So, okay, so there's two. The first is, which I think I talked about on episode 1, I've been funding all of my fans gambling to let me use their accounts.
Right.
We are crushing.
Okay.
We are god dang printing money.
Hell yeah.
You want to see what I paid out to fans so far?
Yes. Can I tell the people? Or you want me to keep it?
Yeah, I don't care. Go ahead.
Want me to keep it proprietary?
Nah, go ahead. I don't care.
So you're doing exactly online what you've been doing in Vegas.
Sort of. There's a little bit more to it than just that. It's not like so cut and dry. There's quite a process to it. But the short answer is I'm funding 100% of the gambling. 100%. So if there's a loss, I pay for it. And if there's a win, I chop it up with whatever fan let me use their account. So you can see here. So this is what it is. Let me just show you like this. Can the mic hear me? Good mic still? So I started October 8th was my first ever. I started with, 4 accounts on October 8th, right? Now, this is up to date. These are all the accounts I have.
He's just scrolling. He just keeps going. Thousands now. Yeah.
Right? Now look what our total payout is to the fans.
Go to the very end of that Google Sheets.
Hold on. It gets updated every Tuesday. So tomorrow it'll be a bigger number, but so far paid out.
That's solid. That's in 6 months.
$1 million. Yeah.
Wow. And what's the average? Well, they're gambling with your money. You're gambling for them with your money.
Yeah.
So what do you think you put into that?
What a great question. I actually don't know because the money's always working. So like, let's say, I'm going to try to simplify it so it's digestible, right? Let's say that in this hour that we're in now, my team has placed $1 million in wagers, right?
Right.
And we won.
And that's just for today.
Let's say for like this hour right now.
Oh, this hour.
Yeah, let's
okay.
just say, right?
Wow.
So for this hour, we've placed $1 million in wagers. And let's say that we've won, I don't know, 80% of it, right? So there's some loss there, but we're still profitable, right? So in that profit, well, in the next hour, whatever time it is now, so starting at 6 o'clock, between 7 o'clock, we place another $1 million. So we've had playthrough of 2 million, but there wasn't ever really 2 million at risk. It's the same million twice, but we made our profit off hour from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
And are you running this 24 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So is
a lot of it is sort of automated. It's not, there's a man behind all of it. And I'm behind the man behind the system, you know? But a lot of it is automated.
Yeah. And is $1 million, is that a pretty normal input for an hour?
No, it's less than $1 million because we don't have enough counts. If I had more accounts, bro, I'll do 10 million in an hour.
Oh, so this is not a money issue. This is an accounts.
Yeah, 100%.
Right,
Listen, we're printing money. We're guaranteed to win. That's not my concern. We need more accounts because don't forget the accounts will get banned 100%.
Right.
It's not like if they get banned, it's when they get banned.
So you need a constant influx of new accounts, new people.
That's the link that I post on my Instagram once every couple of months that says, do you want me to gamble for you with my money? Click this link and fill it out.
After episode 1, the most fan reach out we've ever had was people DMing me saying, hey, please let me talk to Mikki. And it was a desperate please. It was, I'm begging you, put me in touch with them. And it's easy. The link was in the description. So
that's what that link is for. It's for a constant refill of accounts.
Yeah. Now, what is is there a difference in the way the game is played? You know, I don't gamble at all. Like I'm a moron when it comes to any kind of gambling or game, card game, casino game. Is there a difference or in strategy in the online gambling versus brick and mortar?
Yes, there is. It's because the rules of the game are different, online versus brick and mortar. So, for example, this is a rule that I hate, but it totally changes how the game has to be played. In Blackjack, if the dealer has a blackjack, there's only certain providers that will tell you before the... Let me back up. I'm sorry. If you play in a brick and mortar casino and the dealer has a face card or an ace, the very first thing they do before asking anybody for an action is they check that little mirror there to see if they have a blackjack. So if they do, they have to open it, clear the cards, and take all the money, and no action gets made. Online, most providers don't know if they have a blackjack, and they don't check till the hand is done. So if you're dealt a 20 or an 11, it don't matter. They let you play through your hand. Yeah. Every single hand they let you play through. Then the dealer will open and go, oh, I have blackjack. I don't care all the work you guys just did. You all lose and scoop your money. So it definitely changes this.
So is strategy. It more fair, less fair, or is it just different? Like
it's really just different.
Is it more difficult?
It's not that it's more difficult. It's that, well, first of all, if you're counting cards, it makes it a little more difficult, especially because it's hard to get a reserve table online where it's easier in brick and mortar. Right. So there's just more cards to kind of keep track of, but it's a double-edged sword because it also helps you get a better count before your next cards are dealt. And it's not that it's harder or better or worse. It's just different. So if my math is based on a blackjack being exposed as soon as it's dealt, and now I switch to a game where the blackjack's not shown until the hand is complete, I have to slightly adjust how I'm playing it.
Right. How big is your team?
It's pretty big. We're international.
Okay.
It's pretty big.
Okay.
It's a kind of cool setup.
That's cool. Can we get a glimpse into it?
Like, you want to come?
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. But I meant, if you could tell us now.
What do you want to know?
Like how many people do you have set up working for you around the world? And where are they? Are they in places where they're able to legally get onto the tables, or do you just use VPNs?
So I have 2 direct partners. So the 3 of us own the mother company together.
Which is called?
There's no need for that.
Oh, okay. I thought this is why we were going to plug.
No.
This other thing. Oh, this is a different thing.
This is how I'm funding all my fans.
Oh, I see. Okay. We're going to plug our friend, that very nice guy who I met.
Oh yeah,
at the house.
Kirgo.
Yeah, let's plug Kirgo.
Okay. So for online casinos, the short version of the story is nobody would allow me to look at the back end until I finally got to a casino. It's called Kirgo.com. It's an online casino. They have, this is going to sound like a sales pitch. They have over 7,000 games. They got the slots. Right. They got live baccarat, blackjack, roulette, whatever. They got a full sports book, all the sports. They have paintball. They have Supercross and motocross coming. They have X Games coming. They have NFL and whatever. They got it all.
Okay.
Football, basketball. That sounds like a sales pitch, but I really like those guys.
Okay.
So we get together and they go, we know your biggest roadblock is transparency on the back end. I go, yeah. They go, Mikki, anything you want. I go, anything? They go, yeah. They go, not only anything, but we'll never ban you even for winning, as long as we can attach your name to stuff. And I was like, I don't really care. I was like, I want to print money, you know? I was like, you're never going to ban me? They go, nah. So basically they use my name to acquire all like every celebrity in the world is promoting it right now. And they basically attached my name to it. And they go, listen, Mikki plays on our site. Here's a clip of him playing. That's how you know it's trusted. Do you want to do business with us instead of these other ones? And they go, yeah, for sure.
And whatever you're making, beating them pales in comparison to all these new people that they're getting in.
That's, I'm sure.
Their tables.
Yeah, it's basically what they're looking at.
That's what their hope is.
They're like, we got all these celebrities and we didn't have to pay a referral fee to get that marketer or that advertiser or that influencer or whatever. Yeah. And they're bringing us enough business that it'll balance out whatever you're making.
And if Mikki's playing it, it must be legit. There's a chance I can win.
Exactly. Which is fine for me because it is legit. Bro, I look at anything I want 24 hours a day. I don't have a key to I don't got to ask nobody, nothing. And that's part of the deal.
Yeah.
They don't pay me. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't get a check from them. I don't get a commission from them. I don't get anything. No, they don't hand me. No, I don't even know all the different things I can describe, but basically nothing. I don't have a contract. I don't have anything with them.
They simply let you play.
And they won't ban me.
Yeah, it's sick.
So right now I'm kind of printing this digital casino money. I'm printing money. It's real money.
This is amazing. So you're making money for other people and making money for yourself by working with this company that doesn't ban you.
Correct. So I have a casino that I could play from the comfort of my own home.
Yeah.
I could bet sports. I could play baccarat, blackjack, whatever.
Yeah.
I even found this new game. I'm sure you never heard of it. It's called Ultimate Sickbo. Never heard of it, right?
Of course not.
The best game I've ever found in my life. Pure degeneracy. I figured out how to play by just trying it. All right, check this out. There's a guy. It looks like a snow globe, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever play Yahtzee?
Yes.
It's just like Yahtzee. It's like that snow globe, and there's 3 die in there.
Yeah.
But the cap on the thing where the dice are, the die is a glass, right? So you can see the dice. So there's a board of every combination that each one of the die might land on. And you could just bet. So you're sitting there like a maniac on your computer mouse, just like double clicking, just tapping away as fast as you can on all the different combinations. The thing starts shaking, right? And wherever the dice land, you win money if you bet on any of those combinations.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's just
you could just sit there and just literally lose yourself into the matrix.
Yeah, it's
now a game like that, you don't have any advantage.
I'm sure not. I never studied the game. No. I just enjoy playing it.
Right.
It's a fun game, bro. Late at night, I'll be with the boys and we'll all be hanging out. Be like, yo, Sickbo? And everyone takes turns. They're like, the goal is to see who can bet the most, right? Because you can do like 1 penny bets if you want, like 1 cent a bet, 5 cents, $1. So we'll pick a denomination, call it like $1. And you only have like 20 seconds, you know? And there's like a million combinations that each die can land on. So you're like, as fast as you can, just clicking everything. So if I get to like 140, that means I was clicking like fire. And then my boy will take it the next round and he'll get like 135 and like, I'll make fun of him for not clicking fast enough. And it's a good time.
Do the owners of Kirgo, do they allow you to take other people's money and bet that? That's their one stipulation? Is you keep it out of that?
There was more. This is the thing. It doesn't matter if I do this on Kirgo or if I do this on a competitor. The system will be the same. They'll just, what I know is they won't give me higher limits on like phantom accounts. So it doesn't matter. Like what if a competitor caps me at $200 a bet on a phantom account or Kirgo does, it's the same difference. So if these guys have been good to me, they don't ban me. They let me win as much as I want to win and do whatever I want to do. I like the guys. That's why, you know,
No, they're good guys. Yeah. I only met one of them, but he's a solid dude.
Yeah.
So I want to hear about your team though, because this is fascinating.
I'll say this real quick to wrap up the Kirgo.com
plug.
Plug, whatever. I will say that if you're going to gamble online, first, you should not gamble at all.
No.
If you're going to gamble despite the warning and it's going to be online, absolutely, it should be on Kirgo. Every single step along the way. Bro, you know what I did? Bro, all right, so I find weaknesses all the time. Like I said, they really give me access to everything. I expose the weaknesses before they can fix it. So they'll use my Instagram as their like news alert, right?
Wow.
I don't like shoot them a text like, hey, there's a weakness in this game. I don't do that. I just post about it. So all my fans that watch my Instagram stories, they'll see all the loopholes on how to print money, and then Kirgo has to go as fast as they can and try to patch it up. So you'll always get like direct information.
Wow.
On Kirgo. Yeah.
Dude, it's really safe to use.
Yeah.
Like it's the fairest in a game where the odds are against you no matter what.
Yeah.
This is the fairest of that universe, of that
100%,
space.
100%.
God, you really are now the most famous gambler in the world. Who's more famous than you in this space?
In this space, nobody. Who do I think?
I can't even think of other people that were known. I mean, I remember like in the mid 2000s, there was like the World Series of Poker.
Yeah.
Those people, those were like the closest, and they were like D-level celebrities.
At best.
At best.
I would give Phil Ivey credit. I think that he probably has the loudest name in gambling. I think that I'm in my own caliber. I think I have superseded the idea of just being a gambler or whatever. I'm a whole like person. I don't know what.
Yeah.
And but I would love to say Phil, and I love Phil. Phil's a good friend, and I like him a lot.
Yeah,
I would say he would be.
Okay, so now you have this team. Not only are you betting, having fun on Kirgo, you just made $1 million for your investors in 6 months.
Yeah,
and those
not investors because it's my money.
That's right. Partners. We'll call them essentially partners.
Yeah, partners. I call them partners. Yeah.
And you know why I like that number? Because that's not an insane number. You can get your head around that. That's like solid. It's almost like a fund. It's like a private equity fund that gives you strong but not unsustainable returns.
Sure.
So how many people are working for you? where are they? I mean, you're running this thing like a Bond villain. You Dr. Evil. You got people all over the world. I imagine you got people on some island off the coast of Malaysia. Is it like that? Like,
yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So there's two guys that are really famous in the gambling world, but they're only famous in the gambling world. They don't have social media. They're like two middle-aged white guys that live in two different sides of the country, both in the sticks though.
Right.
They're like, you would never know even if I said their names. But in the community, those are like, when you hear their name, you're like, oh, no way. Right.
Right.
So me and these two guys, we owned the mother company, the main operator in this ship. They are much older than I am, and they've been beating the system. But all professional gamblers, what we really are is people who have found weaknesses in the system, right? Yeah. Like there's certain games you can't just like walk in and be like, oh, I'll just figure out a way to beat it and beat it. Like there's weaknesses in some, there's not in others. It goes based on casino to casino. Right. So a lot of,
and remind us what your main hustles are, what the main games are.
I made the most amount of money in Baccarat and the second most amount of money in Blackjack, specifically double deck. But like to my point just now, when people ask me, Mikki, what's the best casino? Besides that, I'll never say because I don't want anyone to think I'm plugging a casino because they're all bad. Yeah. Is it depends what you're going for, right? If you're going to a party or you're going for the rooms, you're going for the lifestyle, the nightlife is all one different type of answer. And then it goes, no, I'm going for the gambling. Well, that's way too broad to give you an answer. What game do you play? How big do you play? What's your pull there? Who's your contact there? All these things play a part. If you go, I play this game at this limit, this is who my contact is. And I can tell you, based on that, this casino has the biggest exploitable edge for that exact game. Go to this specific table. You know, so there's things like that. So that's how all professional gamblers make a living, right? They figure out where the guaranteed best edge is, and it's so specific, and it's worldwide. Yeah. So all of us, but mostly all of us, are in a network that communicate. So a guy will find a table in like the Czech Republic, a roulette table. This is a true example, but it's already been. I've spoken about it, so I don't mind sharing again. It's a group of guys. They do this for a living also. They're in the Czech Republic, and they find a roulette table in a really old casino. What happened was this old casino, the floor where the roulette table is sitting on carpet. So the carpet started to weigh heavier on the dealer's right-hand side because that's where all the chips are. The most amount of weight on this table is in that specific corner, right? So when you start studying certain dealers, you can see how they're doing it, and then the wheel will always fall in this range. Right. So you can guarantee that more times than not, within this range of numbers, that's where the wheel will stop, just based on inertia and the angle of the table was angled because of the carpet getting weaker on the heavier side of the table. So they would put into the network, they'd go, hey, this is the new hustle right now. And as many people as could would go there, you know, and have to break off the founders of this.
Genius.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And they charge money for that.
Yeah.
That's like, you're almost like consultants.
Yeah. And so that's what a lot of us do. And we're in this network.
You're snitches.
No,
you're casino snitches.
No, we're just beating the system, you know?
Wow. That is such a brilliant, it's like how bookies back in the day would, they're outdoors at the horse race and they'd be like, okay, it's dewy out. There was a rain last night. We know that this jockey has a coke problem. Like they just have these inside things. Yeah. We know that this horse doesn't run the best after a rain. This one does, whatever it is. Yeah. Like it's just these things that are so obvious, but that nobody would even think twice about. Yeah. The fact that the carpet's old and it's slanted.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, you know, dealers, they get into a rhythm. They're like always here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a guy who does this 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, he don't even realize.
Right.
He's giving us the sauce.
Yeah.
He just has to stay in the same rhythm. Right. He stays in this rhythm with a slanted table. We're guaranteed this range of numbers every time.
Did you end up going to that casino in the Czech Republic?
I can't leave the country.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Don't you fly private? Can't you take a PJ?
Yeah, but you still can't take. No, they still check. They still check.
Oh man, that's but you know, nobody feels bad for casinos. Nobody feels bad when they get ripped off. They're like insurance companies. They've been robbing people blind in front of their noses for generations. So, you know,
so hold on. So we were saying all this. Hold on. I just remembered to bring it back. So professional gamblers find weaknesses, right?
that's what it is.
So these two guys I partnered with, they've been finding these weaknesses. They're professional gamblers way longer than me. So they already had a lot of systems in place. And when we all connected was kind of irrelevant. It wasn't about this. They said to me, they go, we have a lawyer who's been getting money freed from people who get banned and don't get paid for a long time. If your money's held up in a casino, we can get it back for you. Wow. And I told him the truth. I said, I don't have money held up. Like I have my own lawyer. I got paid everything. Like I'm good. But it's really cool to meet you guys. You guys are iconic. You're legends.
Yeah.
So we just became friends. So like a year goes by of just being friends. I'm like dissecting their business. They're dissecting mine. And we're just learning about how we each did it and stuff like this. And if we finally realize the biggest issue is like the account situation. And I go, I can get accounts. And they go, yeah. I go, bro, like it's like a marketing machine for gambling. If I want to, who's going to say no to me funding them gambling and giving them the winnings and they have no loss? You know, I go, yeah, I'm sure I can figure this one out, you know? And,
not exactly a tough sell.
Yeah.
It's not a hard sell.
Yeah. So they already had employees. They did bring more on when we partnered. I think it's something like 10 immediate employees. And then it expands. So it's like we have this group. There's other groups like us around the world, all over the world.
Right.
And we all work together. So we'll get like an influx of specific business that we're not specializing in, but we know that so-and-so in the Ukraine is, right? So we will contract out to him for that line of, that specialty.
That line of play.
Yeah, exactly. And vice versa. And then guys will contract to us as well.
Wow.
So if you want me to, it's really hard to even quantify it, but probably there's 200 people in rotation that are like upper level management of this business, I guess.
Yeah. So not only are you making money from gambling, you're taking on contracts from other people in the system.
Yeah.
For a line of specialty play.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But this is your company. This is you and these two guys.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know if this exists anywhere else? To your knowledge, is this the first business of its kind in this space?
No. There's a guy based, I think he's in New Jersey. His name is Sharky. He's super vocal about what he does and how he does it. It's very similar. He's big on Twitter and gambling. He's been in a ton of lawsuits. He's won, I believe, all of them. But like he's like he does something. His marketing strategy is similar, and his winning strategy is like similar. So I guess that's pretty close. He's very public. He's an old head. He's been doing it for a really long time.
Yeah.
Now there's people that do it. They just don't have as loud a voice on the internet as me.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
But not the sports cappers. All those guys who sell sports picks are lying.
What about that? Because
they're lying.
We're sponsored by a sports app.
Lying.
So what do you think? What about sports is cap to you?
Well, sports cappers, like the guys that sell picks. Like, this is the pick of the century.
Yeah.
Give me $100. I'm going to guarantee you a win on the game tonight. Liar.
Why?
Liar. They're lying. I know most of these guys, the big names in that space. They're liars. Bro, I sit in the room with them and watch them, bro. They're professional finessers. They'll sit there and, bro, this is not even a joke. All right, so this is what most of them do. Realistically, there's like 2% of them that are real, by the way. But it's almost impossible to find them because the loudest voices on the internet claiming to be legit are fraudulent. So to find the real guys, mind you, the real guys are really studying the games.
Yeah.
They're really busy winning. They're really doing these things.
Yeah.
They're not really on Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
It's like logical.
They're analyzing all day.
Yeah, it's like logical.
Yeah.
So when you catch the guy on Instagram screaming into the microphone, buy my pick, guaranteed, lock of the century, give me $100 and you're going to win the game tonight. Like, isn't he busy studying the game tonight?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
You know? So it's really hard to find that 2% of the real guys. Yeah. But bro, so what most of these fraudulent guys do is they'll literally go on Google, they'll type in all the games of the week and they'll pick all. So the real odds are set to be almost 50-50. Like it can go either way.
Yeah.
They'll put a game plus 5.5. They'll put, the over under at, 230.5. Like these are all like real brilliant minds determining that these are real probable outcomes. All they do is they just pick a side.
Yeah.
They're the right or the wrong.
Right.
That's it.
So is that Is that why sports gambling is higher risk than what you do? In your opinion, like, do you think there's some
sports is more regularly and easily beatable than table games?
Okay, interesting.
But only if you're in that 2% of guys that really do it.
Right.
If you're just selling sports picks, you're just lying.
And so you just think most of these guys are just grifters?
I know they are. Yeah, bro. I've been there. They'll be looking. It'll be like Eagles versus Patriots. You know, they'll be like the line is plus 3.5.
Right.
And they'll look in the room at all the homies and be like, "What should I tell them? Who's gonna win? Eagles or Patriots?" And they'll be like, "I think Patriots. They go, "All right, I'm gonna tell them Patriots." They don't know.
Right.
And they just sell for $100 that the Patriots are gonna win at 3.5, but it's a 50-50 chance.
Right.
Like.
Right.
It's garbage.
Right. And why do you think that is? Why are there more phonies in the sports world than table games?
It's really easy. First of all, you can't like sell table picks. Like you can't.
No.
Like, you can't.
No.
You can't.
It's all about what comes at you.
Yeah, and it's really easy to be a grifter in the sports space. It's so easy.
Right. Because unlike you, they don't have to show their winnings. Like you could show the fans, like, look, this is certifiable.
Yeah, I did that. I've done that.
Quantifiable.
Yeah, I've done that in a few interviews. I've shown all my tax statements, all my casino win-loss statements live with the face scanner and all.
Right.
Like it's there. I don't know. I ask one of these sports guys to show you their book. I don't ask them.
Yeah.
Like, let me you should have one on. Just ask them.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, just log into your sports app real quick. Start the interview that way so you know if you should do more.
I got enough people lying to try to get on this show.
Yeah.
I think I'm good on that.
Yeah, bring a sports guy on here once. No, you should do when you meet a sports guy.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Hey, Johnny, you should let me on your show, bro. Mikki did so great. He's a gambler. I'm a gambler. Put me on your show." No problem. Do you mind logging into your casino app real quick? He's gonna be like, "Well, it's my other phone, and I know daylight savings." Like, all right, buddy.
Yeah. Let me see your paperwork. I'll treat it like it's jail.
Yeah.
I need to paperwork check you first.
Yeah. Check the door, check the paperwork.
Wow. What are the threats to this business? Do you have any threats on the legal side?
No. Nothing legal. The only threat is that the accounts keep getting shut down because it's winning action. We're guaranteed to win. The problem is not winning. The problem is getting the money down, right?
Yeah.
And we just need always more accounts.
Right. The next iteration of this, you know what it is. You know what I'm going to say.
Go on.
You're going to beat enough online accounts, enough online tables. You're going to get banned everywhere except Kirgo. You're going to have to start your own. You're going to have to launch your own.
So the Cosmo, the land, all right. So Cosmo has traded ownership a few times.
What is Cosmo?
The Cosmopolitan on the Strip.
Yep.
It's traded ownership a few times in the last few years. It started with MGM International buying the land that the Cosmo sat in, right? Then Cosmo's still losing money through COVID. MGM also is losing money, but they're a Goliath.
Yeah.
So they go, we already own the land, and you as a business, you're leasing the casino off of us. Let me just buy the casino. They go, okay, no problem. They sell the casino to MGM. Hold on, do they still own it, or do they sell it to the Seminoles? They sold it to the Seminoles. Or did the Seminoles buy it?
The Seminole Indians?
The Seminoles, I forget a second. Hold on a second. I don't want to give misinformation on here. Yeah, the Seminole Indians. They own like the Hard Rocks in Florida.
Oh, okay.
They're the highest earning Native American tribe in America.
By the way, can we talk about how good Native Americans have had it in this country with the casinos? It's wild. I would happily take, that thing that we did to them in exchange for that casino
You're
money,
gonna get
dude.
so much hate for that. The comments are about to get demolished.
They will anyways, dude.
Oh my
It'll
God.
be half and half with this one. Trust me.
So they're the highest earning Native American tribe, the Seminoles.
Right.
And I don't want to give misinformation, but I think they either bought the Cosmo or the Palms, but I'm pretty sure they bought the Cosmo from MGM.
Wow.
So anyway, none of that's really relevant to my point. My point is that I do fantasize sometimes about being the next purchaser of the Cosmo, changing the name to the Mikki Mase Casino, and my slogan would literally be the first honest casino in the world.
That would be fire.
Yeah.
Or just call it Mickey's.
Yeah. Oh,
Mickey's, dude.
Mickey's, yeah.
The first honest casino in the world. That would be the most, you would have to turn away people.
Yeah. It'd be cool.
Dude.
And the rules would be catered to people like me.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what the people want. I'm part of the people.
Right.
I am the people,
Right.
like I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're still, you're still going to win. The house still wins.
Yeah.
And that's the
with
thing
a
too.
standard edge. That's it. That's all you need. And you still win.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what you're trying to tell these online gaming houses. It's like, dude, you don't have to cheat to win most of the time.
Yeah.
Yet they do.
Yeah. Just greedy. But there's also a lot of politics behind it. Like for example, there's a casino that opened during the pandemic. It's the most expensive casino ever built. It was originally owned by the Boyd family. They had sold Borgata to MGM quite some years ago, which is in Atlantic City. Mm-hmm. And that was Boyd Gaming's flagship property was Borgata. They sold it to MGM, right? So now, if you're familiar with Boyd Gaming casinos, they're catered to like middle class America, like middle America, right? Super cool places. They all have like movie theaters and arcades and super cool places. But the gaming is not for
high rollers.
It's just not. It's not their model, which is fine. It works. They're crushing, killing. So they go, we sold the Borgata to MGM. We don't have a flagship anymore. Let's build one in Vegas. So they're building one on the Strip, the most expensive casino ever built. COVID hits while they're building it. Everything's more expensive. Everything's slower. They don't know when COVID's going to end and they could reopen it. Debt starts building up and piling up more than projected. Yeah. Another company comes in and says, we're going to buy this off of you. The shareholders have a meeting and they decide it's best for the company that we sell what's going to be our flagship to this other company. We can recoup some liquid now, right? This other company comes and makes the most expensive purchase of a casino in history. And then they can't open for another 9 months past the date that they were told by the governor they can open. So they make the most expensive casino purchase in history, and then they have another 9 months of debt.
No revenue. Right.
$0 coming in and more money going out than they ever planned for.
Yeah.
So the day finally comes where the casinos on the Strip can open again. If you're going to sit here and tell me now knowing that they can adjust the 92 to 98% range on slots and all the other games, they can crank up an extra couple bucks on all the pricing across all the retail and hospitality charges, that they're not going to do everything they can to recoup every dollar.
No, you're smoking crack, bro.
Which is why, and I don't want to say the name of that casino, I don't want them to sue me, but if you just ask around the gambling community, you'll figure out it's very easy to figure out what casino I'm talking about. Right. And you go, have any of you won there in a year?
Right. Because they're making up for 9 months of being closed.
Yeah. And nobody has won.
Wow.
I know some of the best gamblers in the world. They have been through there. I've been through there. Nobody wins.
Can you say that on the Patreon? We're going to chat a little bit.
I don't want them to sue me, but.
Because that's an important thing to know. Like, you don't want to go somewhere where you know they've rigged it even more extra.
If I'm sure you
What does it rhyme with?
I don't want them to
Alms?
sue me. No. You got to think, what casino opened during
what's
the pandemic?
Brand new? What's like pretty much brand new? I don't know. Do you see a world where most people stop going to casinos?
Yeah, 100%.
Like they've stopped going to movie theaters.
100%.
You see that, right?
It's happening. So I already know. I was one of the testers, by the way, for BetMGM, which is the MGM International's online gambling platform.
Right.
They used me as one of their testers. I'm the one that helped them figure out that their VPN settings were off, right? Yeah. So I had to show them that you have to make less options to register, because if you allow all 52 states as registered states, but they're not licensed in all of them, which they're not.
Yeah.
Then once you do it once, you're locked in forever, and you can never place a bet, even if you're in the licensed state.
Oh,
I'm the one that showed that to them, so they eliminated all the states that aren't an option from even being an option. So now when you go to, I don't know anymore.
That's a big scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big tip.
Yeah. So
do they let you with them? Did they let you go back to MGM?
No.
For that huge tip you gave them?
No, but at the time we were in really good standing.
Yeah.
Great standing. I lived in their mansion for free for like a year. Yeah. I had 24-hour butlers. They gave me a Rolls Royce. Like, we were in great standing at the time.
I wish I'd known you then.
I hear you.
So do you think, what's your point in saying that?
So all the brick and mortar casinos are moving online.
Transitioning
they
online,
are.
Of course.
Like I said, I was literally a tester. Like, I was there. Yeah. I was there for the brainstorm. I was there for the conception. Like, I watched them develop it. Yeah.
And you think, obviously it's going to take a few generations, right? Like, we know the people that play at these casinos, they're these boomer, mostly middle American people that grew up in a different world. The old world, we'll say, right? It's the reason that they don't get Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, because they came up at a different time. But you think by the time Gen Zers, people your age and younger, have money to spend gambling. Why the fuck are they going to go spend quintuple that just to get to Vegas when they could do it from their living room?
What they're going to do, and they are starting to do it now, is make Las Vegas less about the gaming and more for entertainment, because they make more money off entertainment anyway.
Of course.
So they're minimizing the table space and adding entertainment space.
Right. And now they have that big ball, that big orb or something that's there, the globe.
The sphere, the Madison Squares, Madison Sphere Garden or whatever.
Yeah. And
the sphere,
and they're bringing like professional sports there.
Yeah, so they're doing all that.
And
they're bringing the MLB there. They're tearing down the Trop. They're tearing down the Trop, building the baseball stadium there, and then rebuilding a new version of the Trop as a modern hotel casino.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, Vegas,
I don't think anybody knows that. I think that's a secret.
You
heard it here first.
You see, you get the scoop here on the Connect.
Yeah.
Dude, that Vegas is in 20 years, you're not even be able to recognize it hardly.
Yeah, they're in discussions of holding the Super Bowl there every year indefinitely. Like it'll just be the home of the Super Bowl. The NBA, I've been done, bro. I did a crazy maneuver with the NBA thing.
I don't know what they're going to sponsor you at some point, right? They're going to with you. Like they're young, they're urban.
Oh yeah.
They're hip. They're all about what's current. Come on.
Yeah.
Who's more young, hip, and current and black than you? Right?
Yeah.
Wow. I think about that. That blows my mind that like Vegas is, it's going to be like the movie business. It'll always be there. Like they'll always have table space, right? As a novelty. But the sharks, the whales, they're not. What am I flying all the way to Vegas for? I don't need this. I'm in Macau.
Yeah, you can just play on Kirgo.com.
Yeah. Seamless plug.
I should get paid for this.
Of course you should.
I should.
Of course you should.
I feel like if I told Kirgo to pay me though, I feel that it would totally change, like how they treat me.
Yeah.
How I also treat them back, but then also how I could, like, it would make this like a paid advertisement, which it's not, as you know. This is not a paid advertisement, but it would make this a paid advertisement, which is just, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. It just changes. It changes it.
It changes the relationship too.
Yeah.
Do you think you can make more money just letting them letting you play than you could if they paid you like a sponsorship?
It depends. So if they offered me the same $4 million a month for minimal deliverables like the other casino did, the question is, would they still let me show all the ways to beat them? They do bad things also, and I expose it, like I said, and they're at a rat race to try to fix whatever it is, So would they still let me do that if we had a contract that said that they had to pay me? And the truth is, I actually don't know. It was never a real part of the conversation.
Have you got celebrities to come on and play and promote that they're playing?
So because I'm banned everywhere, every casino, every celebrity in the world still wants me to gamble for them.
Right.
And
so that hasn't changed.
No, that hasn't changed. But it's like, bro, like I can't go to Vegas. Like I can't help you. You know, like I don't know what you want me to do. And they're like, what else can we do? And I'm like, if you just come to my crib, we can just gamble online together.
Right.
And some of them are like, yo, can we record this? Cause it's just fun. I'm like, sure. So I've recorded playing on Kirgo with, I play with Rich the Kid all the time. YG, honestly, it's a long list. Dan Rue, Bryce Hall, Jack Doherty, Neon.
Has Drake come through?
Drake has not came through.
He's been busy.
He's been busy.
He's been busy writing rap.
Yeah. Battling.
Not good enough, Drake.
Yeah, but like a ton of the homies come through.
Okay, so that's kind of the new version of that. Is like just come over to the crib.
Yeah, it's way easier.
Everybody's either in LA or New York. Like just come to the crib.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah,
just right on my computer, just fire it up.
Yeah. And everybody's sober now. Sober's the new thing. You're either on drugs hard or you're sober. So people mostly want to like stay away from the degeneracy of Vegas, I feel like.
It's a place that'll really suck you in.
Of course. Now, have you maintained sobriety since
8.5 years?
Wow. Unbelievable how your life has changed. So you think you're going to ride this out for now and then figure out what the next thing is? Because I know you by now. Like you're like me. You're always like, I need something else. I need something more. But is this enough for now? Is this enough for Mikki? Or what do you have your sights set on moving ahead? I'm
not sure exactly. Oh, that's a lie. I'm an idiot. I've been doing a ton of movies and TV shows. I'm going 2 feet down in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. I think that's good.
Yeah.
You got the look.
Yeah.
You got the talent.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. People say I look like Brad Pitt all the time. So, landing these movie roles was easy.
You look like you kind of have a Shia LaBeouf mixed with
a bridge troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm already character typed bridge troll.
Yeah.
I'm starring in the new Trolls movie, actually.
Sick.
Yeah.
Where can they go? You plugged this on the first episode, but where can they go if they want to participate in signing up accounts, registering accounts for your gaming? For
me to fund them gambling.
Yep.
At Dirty Goth Boy, and boy is BOI on all platforms, but on Instagram is where I post it.
Okay. Do you have the link in the description? I'm sorry. I want people to really pay attention to this because I'm going to get flooded. Yeah. My inbox get flooded. I'd rather them just go straight to you if possible. If you guys can please just pay attention for once, write this down. Go ahead.
Okay. When I post the link, I have way too much inbound traffic to even facilitate. So I can't just keep it pinned. Like I can't.
Oh, I see.
So you have to follow my Instagram because I only post the link in my story and I post it sporadically with no warning. If you missed it, the link will not reappear until the next time I need to refill an account.
Right.
So you just got to follow me at Dirty Goth Boy on Instagram. And when you see me post it on my story, click the link.
Okay. So why don't I be a good guy? How about I post it somewhere and help you out? Is that okay? Can we do that?
Yeah.
We'll post it in the description of the episode and then they can just go there and post. They don't need to contact you. There's a sign up intake form, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yo, I know something crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, let's I'm gonna walk you into this one.
Okay.
Let's talk more about how I am the best podcast you had.
Best or highest performing?
I don't know. Whatever.
Probably one of the best.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Easiest. Definitely easiest. Well, you know what? Let's switch over to the Patreon and we'll talk about it.
Okay. I was gonna teach people how I make things viral.
Yeah, let's save it for the Patreon. Let's make them. Let's throw me some love now.
All right.
Sound good?
So let me tell the people what they're gonna get on the Patreon.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. You're going to get some of my most viral moments. You're going to get a tutorial on how to be viral on the internet. You're going to get a tutorial in how to speak in podcasts so they can clip it to go viral. You're going to get a tutorial on how to use buzzwords. I'm going to talk more about the movies and TV shows I'm in, creating and producing and acting in.
Yeah.
Like some of them, my coolest ones, I'm like a full-blown actor. Like they sent me the script.
Really?
I play a character.
Dude, that's wild.
I just finished filming a movie called When It Rains in LA. It's a thriller. And I play a bartender named Seth, the lead bartender.
Wow.
It takes place like in a bar. So like I'm not like a main character, but like the sub characters. I'm the leading bartender.
Yeah. You're on a TV show, which I'm going to be on. It's a reality show called Hustlers, Thieves, and
Hustlers, Gamblers, Crooks.
Yeah, they just hit me up and they were
way.
like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you on the show." And they dropped your name, and I'm like, "Well, he's actually coming over right now."
No way.
Yeah,
they dropped my name to you?
I talked to the producer earlier today.
That's sick.
Yeah,
his name's the British guy, right?
No, it's a black kid. Can't remember his name. Brandon something.
You picked that up over the phone?
That was a black guy?
Yeah.
No, I know him.
Oh.
yeah. But yes, he sounded black too.
Yeah. The main producer is this British guy. I just forgot his name.
He's British bloke. But you know what? Like my show should be that. Like if we lived in a world where people still watched legacy media, they still watch TV, the Connect would be that. So it's like, I'm going on there to tell my story, fine. But like I should be getting studio funding to tell other people's stories with me being the host. That's really what it is. But whatever,
that show is cool. You want to know a fun fact?
Did you have fun doing it?
I did.
It pays.
Yeah, garbage.
Like gas money, basically. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But I did have fun. And it was really easy. Like the workload was so light for me.
Okay.
But check this out. This was actually the only extra workload I did, but it was cool. You can ask them when you get to the studio, when you're going to film your episode, ask them, like, did Mikki's sizzle land you the deal for Discovery Channel?
Oh, right. Because you did the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Fire, dude. Using those buzzwords.
Yeah.
Using how to go viral.
Yeah.
And when he teaches you how to go viral.
Yeah.
And you hit me up and somehow weasel your way onto my show.
Yeah.
Then you'll know how to not bomb.
Yeah.
You know how Johnny and my day one fans know, they can tell when I get agitated when the guest is not coming through. So they'll know, they take a page out of your book about how to make the show you go on do good. Because then you do good. You know what I mean? It's like when I went on a couple of these big podcasts I went on, boy, I delivered. You know what I mean? Like if nothing else. So Mikki, what's going on? You're checking your hair?
Yeah, a little bit. It's hot in here, and I feel like I'm sweating in my hair.
No, you look great. You look great.
I'm also like fried today. I woke up like not myself. The whole drive here, I was like, oh, I'm in a bomb because I'm just not.
You didn't. This is a different one, man. This was a very casual, fun one.
Yeah.
We got to the heart of it though, about like what you're doing. So I think we can cut over to the Patreon where we'll really just fall asleep.
Yeah. I feel like I'm fried. I look all right. I got a new haircut and I don't know how to style it yet.
Yeah,
and
that's what happened with me.
Yeah.
When I got the hair plugs, when I got the hair transplant, I didn't know, do I just let it fall down? And now I'm like experimenting with something else. So you just got to give it time.
I should have put gel in it. I should have like done it.
Yeah.
I should have, right?
Yeah.
God damn.
Once you come back.
I have this girl in my bed right now and she was taking a nap and I'm changing, right? And I wasn't really paying attention. I just grabbed some clothes. I'm like, this feels comfortable, right? What I'm wearing now. And I walk out and I was really just joking with her, like, you know, and I was like, hey babe, how I look? She goes, you look great. And I just like glanced in the mirror. I go, what about my hair? Should I do it? She goes, no, it looks so good. The girl was napping. I didn't even like put it together. I was just saying it as a joke. Like, how do I look? I was going out no matter what.
Mikki, you're worth $30 million at least. She's going to lie to you. Let's face it. You're not going to get an honest answer. They want your money.
I'm like, you sure I shouldn't do my hair? She goes, nah, baby, you look great.
Now, we'll get off on this. I oftentimes go through when you're not banned on Instagram, when your account's not banned, you know, so every other month when you're on Instagram, when I open those Dirty Goth Boy stories and I see what very clearly is a woman sucking but you're just out of frame.
Yeah.
Are you really getting your,
of course. Of course. I'll show you all the originals because I have to edit it to just cut my out, you know?
Right.
So I'll show you the originals.
Oh, it's masterful.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, it's great. Like, what do you call it? Like, whatever you call it, where it's excitement because you almost see the thing. It's like a side
implied,
tip. Yeah, where you almost see the nipple.
Let me ask you this.
That's your,
This is my statement, and I stand on this. And I've said this to a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
Unanimously, everyone agreed except for one person who said basically yes, but not definitively. I believe I have the best content on the internet.
Wow. I thank you for not saying. I thought you were going to say, and I was going to have to like pander to you. I'm like, oh, great. You got a $35 million and you have a great, awesome. Yeah. You have the best content. Okay. You definitely, you have one of a kind content. It depends if you're into it.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
But in your space, you are one of the best. No. Forget your space. Like your space is your space. You're either into it or you're not, right? Like I'm intrigued talking to you about this and I don't care about gambling at all. And I don't do it at all. You know what I mean? So you are one of the best influencers. Yes, you are. Because I think you don't even let on like what you know. I think everything you do is calculated. I think even your Instagram stories, for the most part, unless you're getting, a lovely morning sucking, as we all like sometimes, I think you're very calculated, even when it comes to your brand, how you dress, your tattoos, how you move. Yeah. I think it's thought through. I could be wrong though. You know what I mean?
No.
But I don't think you've stumbled into success. I think you've studied it. I think you were this kid that always had your eye open looking for opportunity, whether it was rehab centers or, those businesses where you used to sit in the Shark Tank with your boys, right? Like you were selling and whatever else was selling, right? You were just always looking for and studying at what worked. And then I think when you discovered casinos and Baccarat, you found something that you liked and you were great at. But I think I think you've manifested, and I think your brain kind of works like a counting machine. You know what I mean?
Bro, I post full-blown sex tapes on my Instagram story. I put $1 million in cash on a homegirl's back and gave her so all the cash fell off her back. And I put that on my Instagram story. I played dominoes through one of the villas I lived in Vegas with $4.5 million in cash.
This is clickbait. If you can deliver sound bites like that, you too can be a guest on the Connect.
But you see it. Bro, like 3 times a week I'll post part of a sex tape on my story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, but I think you know that there's a certain fan base. I mean, I believe it's who you are too.
No, that's for sure.
But I think you know your audience too. You know what I mean? Like,
it's really hard for somebody who's not me to try to emulate my style of content, right? It wouldn't work for like a cornball to try to post a clip of him getting a. Like it's just weird. It's out of character. It doesn't work. But when it's
gross.
Yeah, it's gross. But when I do it, and we'll talk about this, you want me to say it for the Patreon, I'll tell you exactly how I do it so I know that it works and it's artful, not gross.
Sure.
There's like a fine line.
Yeah.
But it's a copacetic aesthetic across my entire brand because it is true to who I am.
Yeah.
When I look at it, I go, that's a job. I don't need to see some dude getting his dick sucked right now. I'm driving in my car, right? But then when I see something else, I go, whoa, that's a really cool still shot.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's the difference. But they're both an image of getting a job.
But you're not seeing, so it's like, you know, I wouldn't want to see my friend Mikki. I wouldn't want to see her, but like, I want to see the chick who's sucking her. And so like the fact that her mouth is full, and this is all getting censored by the way, but that's like, so it's titillating. You want more. It's giving just enough, but not showing too much.
Yeah.
But my point is overall, I think you hit it on the head when it comes to authenticity. Like you're a mix of being yourself mixed with calculation. So it's analytics plus authenticity. It's analytics plus authenticity. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So
I think you just mumbled the word autism in there.
I for sure did. I'm getting some of that. I'm getting a touch of it. It's analytics and authenticity. And look, I'm still looking for my brand on Instagram. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, I don't really know. I'm not a guy that wants to be like Andrew Schultz. I can't be like smiling, talking into it all day. Like, or Bert Kreischer. These are marketing geniuses, you know? It's all about marketing. It's all about marketing, dude.
You saw me on Bert Kreischer's podcast?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it.
It's cool.
I watch clips, but I can't listen to the guy interrupting you for an hour straight.
That's hilarious.
I just can't. You know what I mean?
Hilarious.
So,
I like Bert. I had a lot of fun.
We all like Bert.
Yeah, I'm going to go on his cooking show. I missed the last round. I was at Coachella.
Yeah.
The next filming, I'm going to go on there.
Okay, plug away.
I'm just at Dirty Goth Boy on everything, and boys BOI at Dirty Goth Boy.
Dirty Goth Boy. He posts the link to his. How will we describe this? You guys know what it is by now.
I fund my fans gambling. I post that link on my Instagram story, so you have to follow me to see it.
Yep. And then I'm going to put the link in the description of this episode for 2 weeks, I think.
Sure.
And so go get it, right? Go get it. And yeah, let's make the comments go crazy, right? Like because this is actually super exciting, this next thing that you're doing. Like it just makes sense. You keep evolving.
Yeah.
Casinos are physically going away and into the digital space, and that's where you're going, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked on it, man.
What's with Andrew Schultz? Andrew, if you're watching this, I want on your show. I want on.
He just sold out Madison Square Garden like 17 times. I don't know. I think the guy changed his number on me.
You talked to him or no? You seen him yet?
I talked to him recently. Yeah. I don't know. He just did the roast. The guy's in the clouds, right?
Yeah.
You got to wait till you got to find a mix of them kind of desperate.
Yeah.
Right. Mixed with still doing well enough to where you still want to go on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you guys want to see me on Flagrant, blow up Andrew Schultz. Blow him up. DMs, comments, spam him, say that you want me on his show.
And yeah,
I'll give you guys a show you've never seen because I got something special for Andrew Schultz.
Absolutely. I stamp that. Hit up Schultz, DM him, hit up his little slave, Mark Gagnon, who I love. He helps book it. Hit up Gagnon. I think Mikki would be sick on there. Yeah, he would for sure.
And I got a special show for them.
Yeah, that's right. For that ass.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. You're the man, bro. Mikki's been a pleasure. We'll see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/TheConnectShow. As always, the great Mikki Mase coming through, delivering another fire episode. Take care, guys. Peace.